or welcome to the Quantum Soul Evolution Podcast. I'm your host, Keisha, and this is your sacred space for deep transformation, expansion, and stepping into the most sovereign version of yourself. So, today's episode is one that lives deep in the hearts of many women, hidden within our stories, within our silence, and within our shadows. Today, we are going to be diving into the healing of the sister wound, a wound that keeps us guarded, competitive, disconnected, and dimmed. But through awareness, love, and intention, we have the power to reclaim our connection with one another and rise together in divine feminine unity. So I want to first dive in and open up this space with a card pull. And I want to ask Spirit, what medicine do we need today as we begin to unravel and heal the sister wound? So let's see what wants to come through today. Beautiful. So the first card, and I'm going to pull two. The first one that we have is adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Yes, realize that you are here to evolve on a soul level. It's so important that you realize that what you have experienced in your life has always served a higher purpose and a greater purpose. So even though we may have these wounds, we may have these traumas, we may have these beliefs, they do not define us. Our past does not define us. What other people told us to believe is not what we have to choose to believe, okay? So realize you can take your power back by seeing everything in your past, everything that has happened in your life, as something that truly serves your highest good. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through today. What other medicine do we need? Realizing how powerful we are. Ooh, and then we have relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. Yes, period. Realize that you are in control of the people that you surround yourself by, okay? You can choose to pull your energy back, to put yourself into environments that serve you, that uplift you, or you can also choose to be in environments or surrounded by people who do not, who disempower you, who use you, and who siphon your energy. So realize that all the power comes from you, okay? You hold the power. You are the operant power in your life, okay? You are able to lead and live a life that is truly in alignment with your truth, your power, and your purpose. And all that no longer serves your highest good can lovingly leave your life, because you know that you deserve to live the most beautiful, most authentic, most abundant life simply by being who you truly are. So I absolutely love this to start. So what I want to first open up with is a reflection question to reflect on these beautiful energies that came through today. So the reflection question is, where have I feared or mistrusted other women because of past wounds? And what is that fear asking me to love more deeply within myself? Okay, again, with the cards of adversity and relationships, where have you feared or mistrusted other women because of past wounds? Really allow yourself to look back at your mothers, your relationship with your mom, your relationship with your sisters, close feminine friends, relationships, partners that you have had with other divine feminine, where maybe because of something that happened in the past, you have assumed things about other people because of what has happened, because of what you have experienced. And again, what is that fear asking you to love more deeply within yourself? So now I am excited to jump into part one of today's episode. We are going to be talking about what the sister wound is and where it originates from. So the sister wound is a collective trauma, and it's etched into the feminine psyche through centuries of suppression, betrayal, and separation. It's the silent pain that we carry in our bodies and in our relationships with other women, often without even realizing it. You hear this voice within whispering, oh, she's a threat. Oh, I can't trust her. I have to protect myself. But this wound is not ours alone. It is ancient, it is inherited, and it is systematic, okay? This comes from past generations, past traumas being passed down, okay? Past life wounds are real, okay? You come in with trauma from past lives, from past experiences, from past generational karmic imprints, okay? So now I just want to dive deeper into the origins of it. So we're going to first talk about number 1, which is patriarchy's divide and conquer strategy. So from the earliest days of the patriarchal control, okay, when the men were in power, women were intentionally turned against one another. Okay, so we used to have to compete to be the fairest, the most desirable, the most chosen. We had to depend on men for resources, protection, and validation. We had the fear of being too much or not enough. So the system thrived by isolating women from each other and also from themselves. So number 2, which this was a wound that I had deeply when I first started my spiritual journey. So number 2 was the witch wound and generational betrayals. So in the past, women who had held power, healers, mystics, midwives, we were hunted, we were shamed, and we were burned at the stake. This is real, okay? But even worse than that, women were betrayed. Right? Often by other women under coercion or fear. Okay? This seeded a deep energetic imprint that if I trust another woman, I could possibly die, right? The memory lives in our DNA. It lives in our silence, in our fear of female intimacy. Okay? Because back then we had women snitching on other women because of them being a healer, because of them being looked at as a witch, or it was demonic or demonized, right? So we had people snitching on each other, whether it was your mom, your aunt, your sister, your best friend, your close clients that you used to work with. Okay, people were snitching on other people, and the outcome of that was death, embarrassment, okay? So realize this wound is so much more deeper than surface level. Okay. So now number 3 is scarcity programming and worth tied to comparison. There used to be this belief that there is only one seat at the table, right? If she's thriving, there's not enough for me. Media, religion, and even our families upheld this illusion, okay? Because comparison replaced collaboration. It wasn't about connecting with other divine feminine. It was about, let me see how much I can one-up them, right? Let me see how much better I am. Let me prove my worth to the world. Let me put this person to shame, right? Let me show that I'm better than them. Let me seek external validation to prove my worth. So envy replaced admiration and isolation replaced community, right? We started pulling ourselves back, pulling our energy back because we didn't want to be seen. We didn't trust anybody. We were like, no, if I be who I truly am, I could end up dead, right? I can end up in a place where I don't want to be, right? Being enslaved, being captive, you know? So being isolated really was what women were doing to make sure that they still had a chance in this life. Okay? So number 4 now is going to be early wounds in girlhood. So I want you to think back to your earliest memories of female rejection. So this is more of your current incarnation. So think about being left out of a friend group. Maybe you were made fun of because you didn't have the nicest clothes or the best hair or the best teeth or whatever it was, and you didn't fit in with the quote-unquote popular girls. You didn't fit in with the people that you wanted to fit in. Maybe they rejected you because of, you know, how you look, how you spoke, what you believed, how you dressed, right? You could have been teased for your body, your light, or your voice. Just like myself, I was bullied for the way that I spoke. Okay, and that was a wound that it took me a while to heal and mend that wound, but it was a big, deep thing, and it was from other people. It was females, too. A lot of females would make fun of the way that I spoke, telling me that, oh, why do you talk like that? Mind you, I grew up in New Hampshire, so I was used to being the only black girl in the class. You know, that was whatever to me. But I grew up with, I guess, speaking more proper or having a more articulate way of speaking. So when I moved down south, when my parents decided that we should just get up and move out of nowhere, I moved down south and the people there spoke different. They acted different. I grew up in the south of Florida, okay, central Florida. And when people would come in contact with me, I would get bullied for my voice. They're like, why do you talk like that? Oh, you're trying to be white. How about you try to be yourself? Why do you sound like that? And I took that personally. I took it to heart, okay? So this is the thing. These wounds are deep, and if you don't address them, they will literally run your life, okay? They will run your life in a direction that you don't want them to be in. Okay, so another thing was maybe you were made to feel weird. Maybe you're bullied for being too weird or too sensitive or too much, just really expressing who you truly are. So realize that these micro moments encoded the belief that I'm not safe around other women, or I'm not safe to be who I am when there are other females around me. Okay. And then number 5 is cultural portrayals of the mean girl or the crazy ex. Because, okay, pop culture glorified the cat fights. You see, look at all of these competitive shows that we have competing for one man, like The Bachelorette, you know, competing for one, competing to be seen, competed to be accepted or appreciated, right? They glamorize this. Romance was often dramatized with women as rival, right? There would be people fighting in movies always over one man being cheated on, and they always glorify these type of things. They still do to this day. Look at the movies that we have out, especially even on Netflix. You know, they always try to suppress the women, or they always try to have women competing with other women, right? So rarely growing up did we see sisterhood being celebrated. All we were used to is seeing sabotage. Oh, you can't trust her. Oh, she's trying to steal your man. Or, oh, yes, I'm Mr. Steal Your Man. And look at the music that we have now. It's going in that same direction. It has the same agenda. It's honestly the most disgusting way that we have women being promoted now on TV and in the entertainment and the media, right? Women are looked at as just sex symbols. Oh, she's an object. Oh, you have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, be a certain way in order to be loved and appreciated, in order to be seen and valued. Know that your value is not dictated by anyone else. You are already inherently worthy. You are already worthy simply because you exist. Okay? Many of us were conditioned to believe that other women were our enemies. That if she's shining, I gotta dim my light. If she's powerful, I gotta shrink. And underneath that belief was a wound, a raw, ancient, and tender wound. We feared being seen, feared outshining, and feared being left behind. So we armored up. We became guarded. We became polished. We became competitive. But that armor, it's heavy. And it kept us all from the very medicine that we truly long for, which is soul deep sisterhood and restoration. So I want to ask you, when was the first time that you felt unsafe with another girl or woman? How did that experience shape the way that you show up in female friendships today? And is there a sisterhood wound that still lives in your heart that's unspoken? So now I want to talk about some symptoms of the sister wound. So know that this wound isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet, internal ache, a subtle feeling in our hearts, right? Comparing ourselves in the mirror to another woman's beauty, society's beauty standard. Okay, but realize that when you are triggered by certain things, that trigger is actually an invitation. That wound is revealing itself so that it can be healed. That trigger that you feel, that gut feeling, that heart clenching sensation when you're comparing yourself to somebody else, this is an invite for you to address something that needs to be healed. And this is coming directly from your higher self. Okay, the way that your higher self communicates with you again is through sensations in your body, through your thoughts. You are always being sent messages and signals. You just have to allow yourself to tune into them. So now let's talk about some signs. Now, some of the signs that you may carry the sister wound. Number 1 is going to be guardedness around powerful women. You maybe admire someone, but then for some reason, you don't trust her. You want to connect with her, but then it's almost like you're setting yourself up to brace for betrayal. You're expecting to be betrayed. Realize that your body remembers what the soul is trying to forget, and that is that it wasn't always safe to open. But realize that you are not intimidated by her power. You are remembering your own. This woman, she is your mirror, not your enemy. Okay, realize that everyone is a reflection of you. Okay, so you could look at someone and admire something about them. Realize whatever you admire within someone else is something that's waiting to be activated through you. Number 2 is having difficulty building deep female relationships. So when you get into a friendship, surface level is what usually feels safe to you. But what about true intimacy and vulnerability? Does it feel like it's too much for you to be who you are and open up your heart? You may pull yourself back, you may ghost, you may retreat, or you may even sabotage. Or you could also attract women who echo past betrayals. They show up doing something similar to what you have already experienced before. Okay? So realize you have to become aware of these things. When you are feeling triggered, stop for a moment. Reflect. Why am I feeling this way? What within me needs to be addressed and healed so that I can move past this, so that I can own more of my power? So number 3 is jealousy, comparison, or dimming your light. Okay, so you could feel less than when you see that there's another woman in the spotlight and you see that she's shining. You start to question your worth, or you even shrink yourself to avoid outshining her. You want to dim and kind of hide in the shadow while she takes the spotlight. Realize that jealousy is not shameful. It's actually a compass. It's teaching you, it's showing you, it's leading you, okay? It's leading you into the path of your truth, into the path of your sovereignty, reclaiming your power. Jealousy reveals where your soul is calling you to reclaim your power. So it's not a sign of lack. It's a whisper of alignment, of where you are now headed. What are you now choosing to move into? What are you now choosing to embody? Now, number 4 is wounds of betrayal, gossip, or emotional abandonment. So maybe you've been deeply hurt by other women, either your mom, your sister, your aunts, a close friend, or maybe you've even hurt other people from your own pain, from your trauma and your triggers. So you have to realize that this cycle keeps perpetuating over and over and over again until it is finally witnessed, addressed, and dissolved. Because you are not here to repeat the wound. You are here to rewrite the story. You are the bridge between the pain and the healing. Okay, you need to allow yourself to turn your pain into your purpose. Your past does not define you. And what happened in the past has always been for your highest good. Even if someone did betray you in the past, know that that is showing you something. Okay, it's either you win or you learn. Maybe you weren't really in alignment with who you truly are. So you were attracting situations that were going to continuously trigger the wound that is ready to be addressed and healed. Okay, and until you see and be aware of what it is that you are seeing again play out in your life, it's going to keep playing over and over and over again. The pattern will not shift until you have a pattern interrupt and you do something different. You call yourself out and be like, damn, why am I feeling a little bit insecure when I'm around this person? When I see that they're talking and they're shining, why do I feel this way within? Okay, so this is allowing you to now own what needs to be addressed, reclaim your power. Okay, so now number 5 is going to be comfort around masculine energy and avoidance around feminine circles. You may be the type that feels like you're just one of the guys, right? You know, being one of the guys feels safer, feels like less judgment, right? Less drama. But realize that underneath that comfort may just be a fear, an insecurity, a belief that you have been holding on to around the feminine, around the divine feminine energy. So the truth is, though, when you avoid the feminine, you're just avoiding your own reflection, because sisterhood is not a threat. Okay, sisterhood is what we all need to allow ourselves to be comfortable with. Okay, we have to let go of these old beliefs, these old program beliefs through society, through passed down generations, through our friendships, through everything that has happened in the past. Okay, moving forward, we are now able to create a new narrative. We are now able to embody a new energy. We are now able to align with the right people who truly see us for who we truly are, who accept us and love us for who we truly are. Realize that your family may not even be your true family. Your true family, aka your soul family, is going to be from people who truly accept and see every part of you and love you for that. Okay, so that is what you want to truly align with. So now I want to talk about subtle sabotage. So how this sister wound operates beneath the surface. So I want to ask you, do you celebrate other women in public, but secretly feel threatened? Do you bond over shared wounds, but struggle to rise together in joy? Do you hesitate to be seen because you fear judgment or you fear being too much? Or do you mistrust compliments from other women, wondering if they're being genuine? So the sister wound thrives in secrecy. But what is named can be healed. And what is seen can be transmuted and alchemized. So realize that you carry the power within. This sisterhood wound is not your fault, okay? It was passed down. It was passed down through generations, through society. But you, my love, you're the alchemist. You came here to remember what true sisterhood feels like. And what it really feels like is soft, safe, fierce, and sacred. You are not too much. You are the medicine. And every time that you choose connection over comparison and intimacy over isolation, you are healing the lineage for yourself, for your daughters, for your sisters across timelines. So I want to give you guys some journal prompts that are going to guide you to do this inner work to heal the sister wound. So please make sure that you come back to these questions, either jot them down now, put them in your notes in your phone, write them down. But I really want you to allow yourself to do the shadow work. Clear these things up so that you can align with the right divine feminine women that are ready to build this sacred sisterhood with you. So number 1, where have I felt unsafe or unseen in sisterhood? Number 2, where do I still hold fear around being fully authentic with other women? Number 3, who triggers me? And what deeper truth might that be mirroring back to me? And number 4, what kind of sisterhood do I truly desire to experience and embody now? So now I want to segue into the next topic. Why healing the sister wound is actually a quantum shift. So healing the wound isn't just about better friendships. It's actually a revolutionary act of soul liberation and female reclamation. It is time for us to reclaim our divine thrones. And we all have thrones. We are all equivalent to each and every being on the planet. We all come from the same universal divine source. Okay? So realize that when you heal this wound, you begin to rewire your nervous system to feel safe in feminine spaces. You reclaim your full feminine expression, radiant, sensual, wise, and intuitive. You begin to break ancestral patterns of competition and betrayal. You start to activate your ability to call in aligned sisterhood, collaborations, and co-creations. And you also allow yourself to create space for divine love, trust, and a community to flow in. The rise of one woman is the rise of all. When we celebrate each other, we multiply our magic. So this healing is so powerful. So let's talk more about why this healing is so powerful. So first, it shifts your frequency from fear into trust. So you're no longer waiting, you're no longer expecting and bracing yourself for betrayal. You're now open and receptive to allowing new aligned connections, collaborations, and co-creations to happen. It also activates divine feminine codes that were once dormant. So realize that your intuition is going to start to sharpen. Your radiance begins to deepen, and you reclaim your voice, your sensuality, and your softness, as well as your strength. Okay? And again, this ends ancestral patterns of silence, betrayal, and competition. Okay, you become the cycle breaker. You are the generational breaker. You are the one that your lineage has been waiting for. Okay, doing this work calls in aligned soul sisters. Okay, you stop settling for surface level relationships and friendships. Instead, you begin to magnetize women who sees your soul and are ready to rise with you. So this allows us to create space for more sacred love, community, and expansion. Because when we heal this wound, we begin to receive life differently. We begin to trust more. We begin to open up and bloom more. We rise together in sisterhood. And this is what they were afraid of. Because women who know who the fuck they are the ones that are the most feared, especially by the patriarchy. This is why it's time for us to reclaim our power, reclaim our sovereignty, and start to rebuild this sisterhood that we came here to build. No more competition. It's connections, collaborations, co-creations. So I want you to realize that your nervous system does not lie, okay? If you were taught that women weren't safe, you've been carrying that belief in your body. It has been instilled and programmed into your body. And this belief closes your heart without you even realizing it. But Goddess, I want you to know that it's safe for you to soften now. It's safe for you to trust. And as you do so, you don't just reclaim your feminine power. You invite others to do the same. And that's what's quantum. So now let's talk about some real life signs that you are shifting. Number 1 is you no longer feel the urge to compete or compare yourself to other beautiful divine feminine women. Number 2, you celebrate other women's wins as if they are your own, because again, you realize that everyone is a reflection of you. If your friends are doing good, best believe you are doing good too. Equal energy attracts equal energy. You align and call in the people who are a vibrational match as you. You call in and align people who are on the same wavelength, same frequency, same vibe as you. Number 3, you show up as your full self, unfiltered, unmasked, and unapologetically authentic as fuck. Number 4 is you now feel emotionally safe in feminine circles and containers. You're not afraid to speak out. You're not afraid to show us who you really are. You're not afraid to be you. And number 5 is that you attract deep, soul-aligned connections effortlessly. You're starting to call in your soul family, your divine sisters. Okay, so now I want to give you guys some more journal prompts for integration. So number 1 is going to be, where do I still feel guarded in sisterhood? And why? Number 2, how does my body respond to feminine energy? Do I feel safe or tense? Number 3, what kind of sisterhood am I now ready to call in and co-create? Number 4, how would my life change if I truly believed other women are allies and not threats? So really allow yourself to be deep, honest, and vulnerable. This is for you to help you clear up the wounds, the trauma that needs to be released in order for you to rise and reclaim your power. So now I want to walk you guys through 6 soulful steps that are going to help you heal the sister wound. So number 1 is going to be name and witness the pain. So I want you to write down every moment that you remember feeling rejected, hurt, or betrayed by other women. And just allow yourself to let the emotions flow. And then I want to give you a little ritual that I do. You can, after you write this out on the piece of paper, you can either burn or bury the letter in ceremony and set the intention to transmute it. I love alchemy. Okay, I love alchemy and transmutation. You could bring it to fire, you can bring it to earth, you can bring it to water, but just set an intention to let it go, to transmute it, okay? Number 2 is going to be unplug from comparison culture. So I want you to start by unfollowing, muting, or detoxing from content that triggers unhealthy comparison. Get rid of them celebrities. Get rid of people that don't serve your highest and greatest good. Get rid of people that are not empowering you, that are not pushing you to grow and evolve, right? And instead, fill your news feed with women who inspire you, not intimidate. Because realize that their light reflects your own. You want people that you're like, damn, she's bad. Damn, she's brilliant. You know, you want to see people that are already in that embodied energy. So number 3 is going to be practice deep feminine self-acceptance. So I want you to reaffirm your beauty, your worth, and your magic daily. Incorporate doing mirror work, looking at yourself in the mirror and stating affirmations or listening to subliminals, doing sensual movements, moving your body more. Incorporate doing womb breathing, speak to your womb, okay? And affirmations will definitely help you to anchor into your power. So look at different, self-sovereignty affirmations, reclaiming your power affirmations, divine feminine embodiment affirmations, okay? So number 4 is going to be celebrate other women loudly and authentically, okay? I want you to go compliment other women. I want you to cheer other women on. I want you to elevate their voices, because each time you do this, you shift collective energy and deprogram the competition. Okay, we're trying to let that go. We don't need to compare ourselves to anyone else. Everyone is equivalent. Everyone has their own unique talents and gifts. Everyone has their own unique beauty. Okay, let's love and honor that. Let's praise that. And let go of comparison-itis, okay? Number 5 is going to be call in conscious sisterhood. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So I want you to write a soul letter to your future sisters. I want you to describe the friendship. What is the friendship like? Describe some of the rituals that you guys do together. Describe the support. Describe the connection that you truly desire. Okay, because this is going to set an energetic blueprint that's going to draw them in. Okay? And then number 6 is going to be embody the sister you wish you had. Okay, so allow yourself to be the safe space. Be the one who sees, uplifts, and loves. And in being her, you're going to naturally attract other women who mirror that same divine frequency. Because equal energy attracts equal energy, like attracts like. You attract who and what you are the frequency of. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are, what you embody, what you emanate. Okay? So, now I want to talk about the new Earth Feminine Code that we are now encoding into the planet, okay, into the collective. Because realize that the sister wound was never yours to carry. It was a part of a system designed to keep us small, silent, and separate. But realize that those days are over. We are here to remember the truth now, okay? So here is the truth that we are now choosing to reclaim. The first thing is that there is no competition in divine alignment. What is yours cannot be taken. What's hers should not threaten you and doesn't threaten you. There is a room for all of us to shine, okay? So realize that you don't need to dim to be accepted. Your light was never too much. It's medicine. It's magnetic, and it's meant to be seen. Okay? Other women are not your enemies. They are your soul's mirrors. So again, every trigger, every inspiration, every connection is a sacred reflection. So allow yourself to look deeper, love deeper, and remind yourself that other women are not your threat. Confirmation. They're your mirror, your medicine, and your match. And remember that healing the sister wound heals your entire lineage. Okay? So when you choose trust, connection, and unity, you liberate your mother's pain, your daughter's future, and your own soul contracts across lifetimes. Okay, this is quantum healing. So in this new Earth feminine energy, we are choosing to be soft and sovereign. We are choosing to be wild and wise. We are choosing to be embodied, intuitive, collaborative. We are choosing to be rooted in compassion and risen in power. And we are also choosing to be unapologetically magnetic as fuck and deeply nurturing at the same time. We are no longer competing. We are co-creating. We are no longer silencing. We are singing. We are no longer guarding. We are gathering. So I want to invite you guys with today's closing affirmation that I want you guys to repeat with me to solidify this. I want you to take a nice, slow, deep breath in, filling your lungs with air and holding it at the top for a moment. And exhale, allowing yourself to break free, let go, and surrender to this new truth that you are choosing to now anchor in. Repeat this after me. I am safe in sisterhood. I choose unity over fear. I honor the women who walk beside me and the power within me. Together we heal. Together we rise. Together we ascend. Thank you. It is done. It is sealed. And so it is. The time of separation is done. We are the ones here to reweave the sacred threads of sisterhood, to restore the ancient covens, the womb circles, the heart-bone connections. And when we rise together, nothing can stop us, not even time itself. The sister wound was never yours to carry. It was inherited, recycled, embedded into your nervous system so subtly that you begin to think it was your truth. But it's not. You're here to break the loop. You're here to remember the new earth feminine codes. And if you're feeling that sacred yes in your body right now, know that I've opened up a few powerful portals for those ready to go deeper. So I want to let you guys know that I do have some limited time soul services to help support your expansion. Right now, I'm currently offering custom light language activations. These are for clearing, upgrading, as well as embodying your multidimensional essence. And also to help you activate your soul memories, your soul gifts, and your purpose. I also have personalized soul transmission and activations, and these are channeled directly from your higher self and your divine team, okay? I also have Akashic soul readings, so if you're ready to decode your soul's blueprint, see your psychic gifts, and align with your highest path, then that will definitely be for you. I also have confidence boost channeled readings, so this is a fire-lit pep talk, and this is channeled directly from your guides to help you realign with your power and worth. So if you have been craving something intimate, potent, and tailored directly to your soul, these are open, and they are open for a limited time. So please DM me or check the link in the show notes to book your session today. And I also wanted to kind of drop in and tell you guys about something I've been working on. This is going to be for all of the high priestesses, the healers, the empresses, the frequency architects, the new earth, divine feminine leaders, okay, that are ready to lead in her golden timeline. I am now calling in 11 divine feminine empresses, priestesses, and timeline shifters into a sacred vortex that I have created called the Golden Era. Okay, and this is a 30-day frequency leak program. This is not a course. This is a soul recalibration. It is a remembrance. It's a full body initiation into your most radiant, reclaimed, and magnetic self. So I want to talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing inside this portal. Week 1 is it's going to be for 4 weeks, 30-day program. Week 1 is titled Truth Codes. We're going to be going over identity clarity, soul authority, and releasing distortion. Week 2 is called Energetic Architecture, and we're going to be going over Sacred Foundation, Nervous System Expansion, and Timeline Alignment. Week 3 is called Quantum Visibility and Magnetism, and we're going to be talking about embodied leadership, voice activation, and authentic radiance. And then week 4 is going to be soul aligned strategy. We're going to be doing the wealth channel ignition and starting that up and activating your wealth codes. We are going to be doing quantum business flow and divine feminine creation. So I'm so excited about this program, because this is for the woman who knows that she was never meant to fit into systems. She was meant to build new ones with her own energy, her truth, and her light, period. So in this 30-day portal, you will receive 4 live activations on a private Zoom call with me and other women. You're going to be receiving audio codes and light language drops to shift your frequency in real time. Okay, we are also going to have a private Signal group. Signal is just a more safer and more private way to connect. It's similar to WhatsApp, but it's just way more secure and private. So we're going to have our own private Signal group for us to connect and talk in. I'm also going to be giving you guys rituals, soul transmission, journaling, and surprise tools and activations. And also, for a bonus, you are going to be receiving one free personalized channeled light language activation. I'm going to connect with your highest self, your spirit guides, spirit team, ancestors of love and light to help activate whatever it is that is ready to be activated within you. And again, it is personalized, okay? And for this, the divine investment is $911. And again, there is only 11 spaces. Like, this is such a sacred portal, okay? This is a legacy, and this is quantum. Okay, so if you are interested, I will be giving you guys more details as it comes. I'm going to be solidifying the dates and the times of the Zoom. But if you are interested, I do already have the details up on my website, thehealingempress.com, and that will be in the description box below. So if you want to look around and pre-order, you can definitely pre-order, but know that this is what is happening. If you are ready, this is here for you. This is what you have been calling in and asking for. So know that it is time for you to reclaim your power and step back into your sovereignty. So if today's episode resonated with you, I really would love for you guys to leave me a review. You could share this with one of your soul sisters. Okay, like, share, comment below, okay? And don't forget to check out the links listed below if you want to work one-on-one with me, or if you are ready to step into the golden era portal. So realize the revolution is feminine. The time is now, and it begins with you. So I really hope that this message touched you. And again, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or want to know more about any of the services or programs that I offer. So on that note, I hope that you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, afternoon, or night, or whenever you come across this quantum soul alignment. Bye.